What defines a place? The people, things? Is it a sense of security and belonging? Well, I've always called Pike County home. I haven't always lived there, but it was with me, and I knew I would eventually come back. And for me, it was all those things. A wonderful place to grow up, and a wonderful place to find yourself.
Living in a neighborhood where we could run around through the day and the evening hours playing wiffle ball and basketball.
There's something about knowing everybody at school and high school and knowing your teammates in a family type way.
But there was always somebody kind of looking out for you that you didn't realize. You know, it was a safe place to grow up. It was a great place to have a happy childhood.
Family values are so important here. People are so passionate about their high school sports teams, and people are passionate about a hard day's work.
They want to help if they can, but they kind of try to let you do your own thing. They're proud of you when you succeed, and when you fall, they're there to try to help you do better the next time. You know, I just think it's a friendly community. I think it's a hard-working community, and I think it's a real proud community.
My husband drives 45 miles one way every day because I won't move out of Pike County.
I don't know, it has a certain niche that not lots of other places fill. It's easygoing enough, and there are a lot of immediate things to do. There's lots of things within a half an hour away.
There is something beautiful about this way of life. It permeates everything we do, whether we are looking at how we treat our family, our community, our business, or our jobs. It comes from a sense of place and a sense of belonging, an ease about how we go about our day-to-day lives. And it's an almost timeless fashion. And all of this together brings a quiet confidence and a can-do optimism. Pike County is framed by the three larger populations of Petersburg, the county seat, along with Winslow to the south and Otwell to the east. Elsewhere, hamlets such as Stendal, Spurgeon, and Union dot the gorgeous landscape that is rich in natural resources.
Our natural resources in Pike County are unbelievable. We are known statewide as a center for hunting, for fishing, and a place for people just to get away for a weekend.
I like the fact that I can put in a canoe in Pikeville and I can float downriver for 6 hours and I won't see another human being. I'll see turkey and deer. In fact, the first time I ever saw wild turkeys, I didn't even know what they were. They flew across the river in front of me, and I thought that maybe they were vultures, but then I realized they were too fat, and then it dawned on me that I was seeing a flock of wild turkeys fly across the river.
Then you might want to go down the road to our lovely Arboretum Botanical Garden, which is news to a lot of our local people. It's a hidden jewel. Beautiful, beautiful wooded area, and azalea plantings and other flowers that just take you away from all that hustle and bustle. You can walk around down there and feel refreshed when you leave. I think one thing that is noticeable when you drive through Pride's Creek Park and you go through the camping areas is look at all the license plates that are there. Most of them are out of the county. So there's a draw for people to come here and enjoy the beauty of our park and the campsites. You know, you can visit with your neighbor, you get to make friends there and spend a relaxing evening around your campfire. And a lot of times it's at capacity there.
You know, Pride's Creek Golf Course is located right outside of Petersburg, right on the new I-69 corridor. And boy, it is a gem.
There's a lot of efforts, in recent months that have been made to try to make that one of the most beautiful courses in the area, and I think it's succeeding.
They recently have redone their fairways, all Bermuda grass, so that's been a wonderful, wonderful addition to our community.
It warms my heart to just see people taking advantage of these things, that are available to us.
There's no denying that Pike County is beautiful. And if you love the outdoors, we have everything you could ever imagine. But that's not all we have.
We were in Chicago last weekend, and it's easy access. I can leave here 5.5 hours, I'll be in downtown Chicago.
We're not far at all from St. Louis, Cincinnati, Indianapolis, Nashville. So the big city environment is not far away.
I'm a horse racing enthusiast, so we've got Churchill Downs, we've got Keeneland, we've got Ellis Park. You know, there's anything that I want.
In Petersburg, the baseball fans are either St. Louis, Cincinnati, or Chicago. One of the things we really can't agree on.
I get to 10 or 12 baseball games a year. I'm up to a couple of Colts games a year. Louisville, where I'm at several times a year, and again, it's within a short drive distance. It's all done within a day or less, you know, to take advantage of that. So I really like the idea of being able to raise a family in a small town, having the closeness of my family here, but having the big city opportunities just a short drive away.
The low cost of living. I mean, you can buy very affordable, decent housing here. If you're watching these real estate shows on television around the country, we're very fortunate to have one of the most affordable places to buy a home, and taxes are not outrageous.
Our customers are becoming younger because some of these college graduates are coming back to Pike County. Coming back to Pike County to raise their families. Some of these people do not work in the county, but they are raising their families in the county. So, of course, we love to help those young people get into homes here in Pike County.
And we have a great number of those young people who have come back to Pike County to practice their profession, and I think that speaks volumes.
Our kids went off to college, and I really thought that we'd never ever see them back in Pike County. But when it came time to raise kids, they came back to Pike County because they knew that it had a good school system, and that the crime rate was low, and that it would have a good life here.
Nurturing a community takes several things, not the least of which are solid educational facilities and an education that will lead to a career, and hopefully a career and new businesses in Pike County. The Pike County School Corporation is doing all it can to ensure that future. Odwell Elementary School is an Indiana 4-star school 2 years running. Our high school, Pike Central, was ranked in the top 100 in the nation by the Wall Street Journal, and they're paving new possibilities with innovative programs such as Project Lead the Way, where students can forge new ground in the engineering, design, entrepreneurship, and biomedical fields. Yeah, we've got the sports teams and all the camaraderie that goes with it, but something profound is going on in the classroom.
I think any kid can come into these schools and be accepted and do well.
As far as the teachers go, you can go out and talk to them anytime, schedule an appointment if there's anything you have concerns about. We've been very happy with the school system.
They're very family oriented. We don't always agree on everything, but in the end, we agree what's best for students.
You have students that have received national awards in competition with other kids from around the country. They've done that in welding, they've done that in mechanics.
I think it's all part of preparing kids for life after high school, and I think they're doing a great job of presenting a wide range of career choices to them. Kids in high school can see what they like, what they don't like, and then when they do graduate, they're better prepared to make the decision regarding college or trade school or military or job.
Within an hour and a half of Indiana University, Indiana State University, University of Evansville, University of Southern Indiana, Oakland City University, Vincennes University, Ivy Tech, all within an hour and a half of where we're at. They're great schools, and they all bring very differing types of education, so you can choose a lot of options. You've got some strong liberal arts, you've got strong business, you've got strong engineering, whatever fits what you want.
We realize these kids are going to grow up, they're probably going to go to school, they're going to go to college, maybe a tech school, and we're trying to we are creating an environment here that welcomes them back. We want them to pursue their education. We want them to learn from the best and brightest all over this nation, and then bring those skills back here to Petersburg. back here to Pike County where they can start their business.
When we started looking at how their test scores stacked up, they were doing as well, if not better, than most of the rest of the state of Indiana. And that has borne itself out in the last 5 to 6 years with the project Lead the Way.
What I really like about it is it appeals to any type of student. So even the student that doesn't fall into that traditional mode of you lecture and then we have to take a test over it, they're successful with this.
When the project Lead the Way process started several years ago, an instructor came in that is very gung-ho on taking those students that have an aptitude for entrepreneurship, whether that is an engineering background. They're very product oriented.
And I was quite pleased to be here at Pike Central. A lot of mechanical aptitude here, so we were able to take and try to increase that creativity, try to make sure they can innovate, and with the other pluses here, just develop a whole new concept of entrepreneurship and develop products into a whole nother level that has never been done.
And we were able, easily to find successful people that were within a range of where we were that could be involved in our advisory board. And that part of that was to show our kids that these people had the same experiences. They played on similar athletic teams. Some of them had the same coaches, played on the same floor, and basically have gone out and been a success and been able to come back here and fulfill their dreams.
It's not like playing a basketball game and you won or lost. That doesn't happen here. You're succeeding no matter what. If you're developing a super mileage vehicle, you've changed the whole structure of an engine. You've made an electric vehicle. You're doing something no one else has done. You're using technology no one else has done. So you're never losing. You're developing it for your next step in college or in the business world.
I would put our school corporation up against anybody that we have. We're one of the few schools in this area that can offer a lot of these things. A lot of schools come to us for these things.
We're the first school in Indiana to ever won an opportunity to go to MIT for anything. That's an amazing precedent to set. And now other students want to be involved.
The project is essentially us students learning the skills needed to make apps and making apps for local businesses to form partnerships. We make these apps not only for them, but we also make apps for ourselves. And then these projects that we make, we can then put on the App Store and make money on.
Oh, it's a good way to learn programming skills naturally, because those are very important in college and in the real world. But also entrepreneurship experience, marketing, that sort of thing. We get a lot of contacts with businesses, a lot of things like that, and it's just an excellent way to learn that sort of thing through something that's interesting.
We tend the last 2 years have more industry coming here in the classroom and having our students work with them. May it be CADing the project, may it be putting ideas and designs together, maybe even manufacturing a prototype.
Well, I knew I wanted to go into architecture, and then I came into this class and we just learned the basics that everybody learns, and Mr. Nyaus noticed that I wanted to do architecture, so he really got me involved in it, and it showed me, I thought just house building in general, and this has shown me I can do hospitals, all sorts of stuff that really could be helpful to other people, so it's been really amazing.
Just something that was basically to get us to be able to take an original idea that has never been actually put into process and build it, and then we went off with that to do the pneumatic for sporting events, and then the band for the band competitions.
And our students are a resource, and we need to use that resource and make it available. Don't tell them every day that go look elsewhere. You're just running them off, and there's no need for it. I will tell you that we'll have more new industries, new businesses in this county than you will in Du Bois County in the next 5 years. And I believe that. And it's purely just coming from students.
Oh, well, yeah. I'd like to, this is an excellent place to start a business.
Yeah. What I'm thinking is that no matter what I do when I grow up, and whether I start a business or work for some other company, I think I will eventually come back here because it's really, you know, my home and my family lives here. It's a nice place, yeah.
I mean, we've always talked about, you know, expanding like the development, you know, technology, that kind of thing here, but I think why don't we just do it? And then if you can make this the kind of place that we'd like to stay, then I'd see no reason why I wouldn't.
It's not a flash in the pan. These are very, very good students. And if you're a business and industry coming in, not only are you looking at the existing workforce, but you're looking at what's coming up from our school system, and that is exactly what you have. You have a well-skilled, very teachable workforce area.
Just because you're in high school doesn't mean that you can't be involved in doing something great.
Petersburg in 2010 has been named as the median center of the United States population. Just 6 miles away from where I sit right now. That means if you draw a line north-south or an east-west line, half the population is above, half the population is below. If you draw a line north-south that divides the country east-west, half the population is to the east, half the population is to the west. And the intersection of those two lines is right here. Think about us, because we've got some things we can bring to the table. Location, location, location.
We've got a great industrial base in the 2 power plants that we have in the county. The coal mine industry, as long as I've lived here, has been a good employer with good wages. People work hard, but they make enough to feed their family and buy vehicles. I'm in the business of insuring cars and homes, and that's been pretty steady throughout the years.
Everybody in Pike County knows someone who works in a coal mine or drives a truck hauling coal. In fact, an estimated 1,000 to 2,000 commercial vehicles travel Indiana Highway 57 each and every day. Many of those vehicles are hauling coal to 2 of our biggest employers, the Hoosier Energy Frank E. Ratz Generating Station and Indianapolis Power and Light, both set just outside of Petersburg on the White River.
We have 2 power plants here in Petersburg that employ a total of 350 people, not to mention the construction jobs and contractors that they hire on a regular basis.
That's the thing about this area. I think our people have a good work ethic and they have good attitudes, and they know when you come to work you need to give it what you've got to give it 100% and produce a product to make a company profitable and be a benefit to a company. It's not just a drag, but to be a benefit. Yes, I think we have an excellent group of people. I think that's maybe I'm a little bit prejudiced, but the rural part of things, I think that you get some work ethic there that you don't maybe get everywhere in this country.
You know, we've had a varied history over the years. We were strong in the mining industry for many, many years, and it's had its ups and downs. But the people that work in those industries are hardworking people, and I think that work ethic's carried forward.
I think our economic development aspect is tied into our way of life here. I see a lot of our business people, they have a wonderful giving spirit in Pike County. Yes, they're doing business here, but they understand that we're making our money here, and because of that, they give back to the community.
With the skilled workforce that has developed over the years in Pike County, we're prepared to take advantage of the opportunities that a major artery like I-69 brings to the table.
We're looking at logistics, warehouse, fabrication, assembly types of operations. We're looking at those that can take advantage of our location in relation to Interstate 69 and the large metro areas that are within that 3 to 5 hour niche. And of course, Pike County also sits right on I-64, just within a couple miles of the county line. So we've got the north-south artery, the east-west artery. We're ready to do business.
Logistics, we are very strong. If you look, we've got the Southern Railroad. We're really not too far from the Norfolk Southern. We will be right on I-69. Actually, the southern part of the county is within 4 or 5 miles from Interstate 64. And we also have a lot of available land down there that a lot of large projects can be done on in that part of the county as well.
You know, I-69 is a national highway. It's going to connect Canada to Mexico. It's going to link us to Michigan's automotive industry. It's going to link us to the agricultural industries that are in the south and in the Corn Belt It's going to link us to Texas. It's going to link us to those companies that have made a decision to move manufacturing south of the border. So we've got the network right here in place.
You don't really stop and think about it, but if you look at Interstate 69 and the construction work and the firms that it has brought along during the construction period, Irving Materials has a new facility here. Mulzer Stone has a new facility. There's yet another one that's in the process of opening up. You've got a number of contractors that all have employees that are going to live locally, rent locally, be in the motel. They're dining in our restaurants, they're stopping in our stores.
The little restaurants that are sort of cropping up around here, the golf course, all the things that we have to offer here, we're really creating sort of a drawn-to area, a place to go.
We're going to build on our strengths. We're in the process of developing an industrial park. We're in the process of developing a youth business technology center.
Each and every project gets so much attention. Each and every project is a way for us to expose people to our values. It's a chance for us to welcome people to our community.
But I see a bright future for Pike County. I think we have so many good people here. I think we have so many good kids coming through the school systems.
I just think it's a great place to live. It's a quiet corner of the world. That there's not a lot of trouble. It's a nice, relaxing place.
You like that busy rat race, and that's what you thrive on. You might not be happy here, but yet if you're tired of that rat race and you want some time away from all of that to rediscover who you are, this would probably be the place for you.
When we look back 20 years from now, we would, it's going to be so important to say that the people in our community pulled together and made a difference to allow these kids the opportunity to grow here, to allow these kids the opportunity to start their own business here. It's so important.